Good morning, guys. Just finishing up filling the bird feeders. Got some seeds in both of them. It's been cold. I always like to throw some down here on the tree too, so then if I want to take some photographs of the red squirrels. Busy morning. Gage and I are going to do a trail hike because I'm already dressed and it's starting to warm up, so I figured we'll take you guys for a walk. I'll show you what I've been up to this morning. Kind of a royal pain in the butt. So I use my four-wheeler to plow all of my driveway, and it takes me over an hour to do it, so it's quite extensive. And of course, these four-wheelers, Polaris, have a recall on them. They don't have any warranty on them. You buy one, you get 6 months warranty, but they can't even build them right. So me, my brother, Brandon across the street, and Brian beside him all have 2021 or 2022 Polarises, and they've all been recalled. And this recall came right in the middle of hunting season. Stop riding your bikes. We got the email, right? Park your bike, do not ride. And we're all like, it's hunting season. Sorry, but we're using our bikes, you know? And what it was there's a stator wires that need to be rewrapped in there. It's a fire hazard. So I don't know how many of these things have caught on fire and burned. Must be enough to make a recall. But so we got this notice in the mail. We couldn't even bring the bikes in. Another month and a half went by before we got notification that we could bring the bikes in. So we were supposed to park them. Just, no, you can't drive your new $15,000 four-wheeler. That's your problem, not ours. We can't fix it for you right now. Just park it. So everybody is hopping mad, including me. My brother brought his in and got his done. Takes 20 minutes, okay, according to the paperwork that we got. I called the shop this morning. Oh, it could take up to 3 days, the guy says. So I'm going to be upset if they have my bike for 3 days because, like I say, I use it all winter for plowing. But that's my morning job, my morning rant. I had to dig the trailer out of 2 feet of snow, you know, bang all the ice and everything out of it, take the plow off the bike, get the bike mounted, and then bring it in tomorrow and cross my fingers that it's just a, you know, couple hour fix here and not 3 days, but we'll see. All right, guys, let's go hit the trails. Enough of Gary ranting. If I didn't rant, what else would I have to talk about? Okay, that's kind of strange for this time of year. I hear a helicopter out there over the swamp. Oh, there it is, actually. Looked like a black military copter to me, I don't know. We don't really have a base here anymore, as we've talked about. But there must be some military presence here because we still have that underground, it's a world famous underground bunker, which NORAD used for radar starting in the 1960s. So it's been, well, it's probably one of those top secret, you know, we really do have programs and things still going on there, but everyone's kind of forgotten about it, so they're not going to mention it, right? But I'm pretty sure, well, we know it's still in use to this day, but they, you know, minimal staff kind of thing, but who knows what's going on there. I will be utterly surprised if we hear or see anything on these trails today because it is, you know, mid-January, 2 feet of snow. Usually we have a lot more snow than we do this year. Oh, woodpecker. Some of you guys saw my Facebook post the other day. 100 of you guys at least. Come here, Mr. Gage. It was Mr. Gage's birthday. He's 4. Hey? Oh, he's settling down just like I knew he would. Just like I knew he would. Not a chance of that, guys. Not a chance. You're getting caught. Trails truly are magnificent right now with a little bit of snow on them. It's quiet out here. Those two pileated woodpeckers are kind of following along with us through the bush. I can hear them working over there. Now the other thing is I'm using the Go-To Rode wireless system, and I don't know. Can you guys hear the woodpecker? I don't think these microphones pick up as much ambient sound as the camcorder, and that's actually better when we're out here, because if I hear knocks and stuff, I'm hoping that these microphones are going to pick it up, but I just don't know. Well, just because I've never found a trackway in the winter with unknown tracks doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking, right? I've got to get out here, check the trails. Now, the only thing we've ever had people report to me is moose. So the moose all herd up in the winter this time of year. And what they do is they'll walk in each other's steps. And over time, you get, 5 or 6 moose walking in each other's steps. It elongates and it looks like a big track. And then you get a little bit of snow on top of that, and guys get confused. And I've had a couple of people send me photos and video clips saying, hey, look what I found. And it's just moose that have herded up in the winter. So I've never found a definitive track. I mean, we do have something strange that we got on the channel before. I shouldn't say that, because we did have stuff that looked like footprints, but there was only a couple of them, like 5 or 6. And yeah, we measured them. We covered all that on the channel before. But to me, it wasn't like a definitive, hey, here's a trackway that, and it was a melt-thaw cycle that we found on those tracks. Things tend to change shape once they've frozen and thawed. So, they elongate. Things can look more like footprints. I would say that I have not found any definitive proof of winter Bigfoot. You guys know that I lean towards if they're real, that they are either hibernating somewhere or they've traveled out of here for greener pastures, headed south. Migratory theory. Again, can't prove any of that, but there's not as much action around here in the winter. Show everybody your frost beard. All right, away you go. So I just wanted to take you guys on a little walk out here, just because it is so pretty. I mean, everywhere I look and the sun's coming through, it's just beautiful. But I also have a couple more cases I want to look at from the BFRO. Told you guys in the winter, I do a lot more research. I have a lot more time at the computer, because usually it's minus 25 or 30. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this walk, and then I want to head back in, and I'll go over a couple of cases with you guys, and we'll discuss them, and you guys can leave some comments down below. Okay, incoming plane. Let me know how you guys can hear with the microphone. You guys hear that? Just heard something. Oh, it's so nice to actually just get sunshine. You know, it's dark at 5 o'clock at night, and you kind of fall into that same routine of, it's cold out, I don't want to go out, there's nothing to do, it's dark out. So you got to take these hours when you can get out, and get out, you know. Even the creepy corner is quiet today. Nothing going on. I always like to keep recording though when I go by there, just in case, you know, we pick something up in the background, foreground. I don't know. I always have that feeling that if I'm gonna catch something, it's gonna be in this area of the woods. It's a creepy section of woods, there's no denying. And we've mentioned it before, I will mention it again. I think we had 250 my Bigfoot story, the original videos that I made. And those are the ones we've been uploading every day. I'm uploading a new one. So that is not gonna continue. When we run out of those, guys, because we've got the 3 channels running, it's gonna be 1 adventure a week on each of the channels, I think. So 3 videos a week that I'm gonna be making. So you guys are gonna have to subscribe to all 3 to get the most out of Gary and Gage. Like I say, description will have links down below. Okay, I will also make a comment from each of the other channels. And if you click on those names, Unfrequented World or Metal Detecting Lost Treasures, that will take you to my other pages and you guys can subscribe from there as well, okay? Ah, I can see the house. Looks beautiful in the sunshine. I love where I live. I couldn't do a big city, guys. I just couldn't do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do an old age home either, so hopefully one of these adventures is going to be the end of me when I'm about 88. Maybe I'll go for a polar bear hunt or something with a recurve bow. Nope. In-town living is not for this guy. Okay, so a couple of things I want to go over, guys, in terms of local reporting. The first one is a BFRO case. It's report number 11797. And why I find this one interesting is because it's up on Sandam Road, which we have traveled and done investigations ourselves on. So, and it's in our area. I just thought this is really cool. Here's some actual reporting that has been done on that road. So let's take a look. The year was 2005. It was spring. The month was May the 28th. Highway 11 north to Sandam Road. Then onto Notman Road, about 10 to 15 kilometers onto it. Then off of what could be an old logging road, more than 10 years old, but it is now no more than a trail. So the nearest road is Highway 11. The nearest town is North Bay. What did they witness? Well, myself and 2 friends were walking along a trail which is not used very much. I believe it was an old logging road, and there are many old logging roads off of the main road, which is itself mainly a logging road, although there might be some cottages or residents at some point off of the main road. And yes, there are old bush cabins in there, guys, hunting cabins, etc. The point at which we were at was roughly 20 kilometers from the highway, about 40 kilometers north of North Bay towards Temagami. I would guess that a very few people, if any, would be out on this trail in any year, and no ATV or footprints were visible leading into it. We noticed a small tree, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter, broken off about 8 feet off the ground. Even though it seemed to be in good health and had no markings from animals climbing it, this is probably unrelated. This caused one of us to joke that maybe it was a Sasquatch who had broken it. About half a kilometer up the trail, there was a large puddle covering most of the trail. Right in front of the puddle were two tracks. Not full tracks, but half tracks. One in front of the other, about a foot, like someone had bent over on the balls of their feet to scoop a drink of water. There were no other tracks that we could see on the trail, near or through the puddle. What surprised us and gave us a weird feeling was that the tracks, barefoot of course, were twice as wide as mine. I take a size 10.5. They had 5 toes, bigger to smaller like a human, and were not any other animal like a bear. I am a country boy originally. I would have to honestly say that given the remoteness and the size, we, even though we were skeptics, all thought we had seen a Sasquatch track, and we got a weird feeling about them. I don't know if Bigfoot can sit on the balls of their feet to drink, but the massive width of these tracks left us feeling that they can. Also noticed, see original note, there was also some bent over trees after the track that looked like they might have been fashioned into a sleeping spot. This, however, we dismissed as our minds playing tricks on us due to what we had just seen. So there were 3 witnesses, no other stories. It was close to dusk with nice weather and clear skies. Mixed forest that has been logged. Originally, guys, it was old growth forest 150 years ago, and it's all been logged a couple of times since then, but I mean, it's still remote wilderness. Follow-up investigation report. The witness took off his shoes and made an imprint of the balls of his feet in the soil next to the tracks. He found that the tracks were similar in shape to his own, only twice the size. He is fully aware of what bear prints look like, and he is adamant that they were not bear. The witness's assumption is that the creature possibly squatted down on the balls of its feet and drank from the puddle. He also admits that he got a very strange feeling from the area and does not know how to explain that. The area is fairly remote and has several logging roads, some active and some not. He advises that other than loggers, it is not an area traversed by people often. I would agree with that statement until hunting season, and then all of those roads and trails do get used quite a bit. So there it is, guys, 2005. I want to jump over here to a newspaper, The Bay Today, which is a local paper, and this is 2017, a report here. And I want to take a look at this map here that they've got on the report. If we look at this in the center of the map, that's Lake Nipissing. And over here on the eastern north side is North Bay, right here under this grouping of sightings. These are all sighting reports. So I'm sure there's audio reports, footprint reports, actual animal, sighting of Sasquatch reports. And what I found funny is look up here, guys, at this one right here, number 50. I believe that is the actual report that I made back in 1993, because that's Rabbit Lake area. Very close anyway, and there's only one there. I'm assuming that's mine. But look at all the reports. Look at this, is so cool. We do our research right here between Highway 11 heading south and the lake, Nipissing. The swamp that we drone, guys, is right in here. And so there's 10 kilometers in there that's empty swamp, but look at the vastness of what is out here. So, I mean, this whole area around North Bay is a researcher's paradise. Let's take a look at this report from June 8th, 2017. It was not your normal get-together on a Tuesday night at a home near Algonquin Avenue in North Bay. A pair of investigators sat down with 3 witnesses as they tell their story about strange noises and unthinkable sightings of a creature many refer to as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Christine Burns and Peter Smith are part of the Ontario Wildlife Field Research Organization, which investigates unusual animal sightings such as albino moose, cougar, and Sasquatch sightings in Ontario. Many have heard stories of the large hairy bipedal creature in the Rocky Mountains, but Smith and Burns claim that there are sightings in northern Ontario too, and quite a few literally in North Bay's backyard. Within that 30-kilometer radius of North Bay, there are 15 actual sightings, 9 sets of footprints, plus numerous vocalizations and wood knocks, stated Smith about the sightings. We used to travel 100 kilometers or more to remote areas. We now have enough local reports to keep us busy. One witness named Jim says he has had 2 sightings within the past 2 years, and at least one of them was literally within the city limits. But not all of the stories Christine and Peter hear are easily explained or even comfortable for some to even talk about. Burns recalls a report of a sighting from a nurse she knew who was riding horseback on the trails north of CFB North Bay. That's our air base, which again is Stan and I have taken you guys four-wheeling metal detecting, that is right past the base up there. She called me about the sighting she had one evening and she just panicked on the phone, says Burns. She was riding her horse on a path and the horse refused to go forward and she looked up and there was a Sasquatch standing right there on the path. She wanted me to tell her I didn't see what I saw. She doesn't want to talk about it and wants to block it from her mind. That's the common reaction to seeing something unthinkable, as it is estimated less than 10% of sightings are even reported, many times due to the fear of public ridicule. Another report came from a man whose wife and son believed they saw a Sasquatch cross Highway 11 north near Astorville. Neither the wife nor the son will talk about it, publicly or to investigators. So far, the organization has more than 230 reports in the province of Ontario, going back decades. Burns and Smith will take the reports and many times will go out and investigate the scene and are especially interested if a witness can provide a photo or photo of footprints. With close to 700 members across Ontario, we can investigate any report fairly quickly, said Smith. We have members in the northern remote communities that keep us informed of activity. So again, just local stuff I wanted to show you guys because I find this intriguing. You know, I'm not the only one who sees and hears things out here, and 90% of this stuff is not even being reported. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next adventure.